Today we're working on the ceiling. Today we are working on the ceiling. Today we'll be working on the ceiling. That should take up the majority of our day. If we get time, we'll be working on the sidewalls, sweeping, cleaning up the floor, and get ready to take up the rubber mat and the subfloor.
Girls can use power tools too. It's okay, ladies.
Okay, so we've gotten most of the screws out of the ceiling in the middle areas. There are some that I'm gonna have to take an angle grinder to. I'll be doing that here in a minute. And then next we need to work on figuring out how to get the back and the front panels off. Seems like there's a ton of screws that are held on by more panels with more screws. Also behind the AC systems. There's screws up in there. The AC is riveted on top of those. And it's gonna be very difficult to get a drill back there to get those rivets out. So that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. Next is angle grinder to get the stubborn screws out of these centers. Pry some of these off, and then working on the front and the rear, like I said. For the people building buses that decide that they don't want to take their roof out or their emergency exits out, this is why we are. This emergency exit was letting water in. It was building up along the ceiling panel and the channel of the bus and the roof, and building rust. Not horrible, easy fix, but would have gotten much worse over time. Again, you can see where water is coming in, causing corrosion, rust. Not horrible, easily fixable, but take your ceiling panels off, take your emergency exits out, inspect what you're working with. So we're about 2/3 of the way there on the ceiling panels. Shelby has started working on the floor, taking up the metal guards around the wheel wells and basically anything that we can get to as far as the floor goes. The ceiling job is not the hardest. I would definitely say if you're doing it, you want at least 2 people. These ceiling panels are pretty heavy and awkward, more than heavy, I guess you'd say. So having one pop loose as you're unscrewing them is fun. Alright, it's about to start raining, so time to roll up the windows.
We're also hungry.
We are hungry. I'd say it's been a long day, but it really hasn't been that long of a day.
No.
But we have errands to run, so we'll finish this up later this week.
Errands to run, dinner to make.
I feel confident in where we're leaving off.